Hi and welcome. This is gonna be the weekly well-being reading, and unfortunately I had to film this inside because ever since the last video it's been raining, and I know rain is good, it nourishes the earth and whatever, but it should happen in spring when it was not happening, and not during summer, which is already should be happening. So yeah, I'm just kind of because I'm like a frog. I need, sunshine to be happy. But you don't care, and you should. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't care because you always care about other people. But today we're gonna be using the Oracle of the Mermaids as a focus card. So to see what we're going to be working with this week, and these cards are huge. Unfortunately, I can't hold them like this, which is my preferred way of overhand shuffling. I can't do it this way. It never shuffles well enough, and I just end up losing all the cards. I think you have to have big hands, in order to shuffle this way. So I'm probably going to trim the deck afterwards to be able to use it. But for now, let's get one card, and besides this deck, let's get this. I'm going to be using the Mermaid Tarot and the Sacred Creator's Oracle as an underlying energy. So we have the Unseen as what we should work with for this week, which immediately makes me think about shadow work, which is always good. It's not easy, but it's really good for your well-being. It says the unseen, too much is hidden from you. So we have to work with those aspects we have this week that we're reluctant for some reason to face, which makes sense because shadow self, when someone starts working with it, even if you did shadow work previously, there's always an aspect that's hard to tackle and hard to just even look at and acknowledge that it exists, and it's not pretty, and you wish it wouldn't be part of yourself, but it's the part of you, and all you can do is bring it to the light, change and fix as much as you can, but ultimately accept that you're not something perfect and someone who doesn't have faults. Because if you would be, then you would not be a real thing. Because real human beings have flaws. But the question is, what do you do with your flaws? And we have the do, strength. We have strength in the do position. I hope you can see. Because like I said, light is crappy. Which is very awesome, because it tells you to not scared, but yeah, don't be scared of doing the work, because you have the strength that allows you to work through whatever you're going to discover this week. And if you don't know how to start with shadow work, I posted pick a card readings with this topic, and I think that can be a good jumping off point. I had a month last year where I posted, I think 4 at least, shadow work themed pick a card readings, and I had a collaboration recently which was also similar. I think, yeah, it was from Messages from Your Shadow Self or something like that. And in the don't do's, we have the Ace of Pentacles, so it's not time for starting something new, which is in a way makes sense, because it's time to go back and deal with what you already have. And maybe why it's coming up as don't start with don't reach out for that new opportunity is because maybe it would be easier to do some shadow work and then ignore that part of you that you already poked at a little, and you realize that it's there, but I don't want to touch it because it's painful, and you might feel like, oh, but if I start something new, which is not as dark, or it's just because it's newly discovered, it might be easy to handle. That can be good, but this week we need to, focus on working with something that you already know is a problem. So basically, so don't just wander off and start working with new elements, because there's a trap there that you just poke everything a little, and you're like, oh, but I'm doing shadow work. But if you don't delve and don't deep dive into a problematic area, then real work and real result won't come from it. So I feel that's what the message is here. But don't forget, you have the strength, and it means that you have the strength to do this. And let's see what the underlying issue is. Why is this happening? Why do we have to work with our shadow self this week? And even though I do these as weekly readings, honestly, whenever you feel you're clicking through them, that's the time when you're supposed to listen to them. And I do believe in that. That's why I don't really say that these are timeless, blah blah blah, because if you randomly click on a video and you watch it, you are meant to watch it. So we have prosperities. Sisters are happiness and joy. So prosperity sister is happiness and joy. So let's see the cards together for a second. I like to see them. It makes me see different. So yeah, it's pretty easy in a way and simple. You can't prosper and you can't be happy and enjoy life if you don't understand why you're reacting the way you're reacting. And if you don't deal with the shadowy stuff, you won't be able to experience happiness and joy as fully and as intently as it should be. And it's interesting that we have joy as well, because I was thinking about plugging the Tried Spread Revisited Facebook group, because we're doing something there. And if you're done with this reading, then thank you so much for watching and have a lovely week. But if you're interested in working with tarot for yourself, Richard from Longman Tarot created a group where Gerald posted the first spread. I think it's titled, oh no, I forgot the title of the spread, but it's Tell Me About My Joy, I think. And it's a very interesting idea, and I really liked it because it calls us, everyone who joins, it's public, it's free, you can join in. Working with a spread for a lunar cycle, just for, easier measure. And the first spread that we're doing right now, and you can join in as well, is Tell Me About My Joy. So it's also connected to how we can see how we experience joy, how we share it, what's hindering it. So it ties into the this week's well-being reading as well. So if you want to join in, I will link down the Facebook group, and you can see what other people posted so far. I posted my readings. I'm going to do the third one because we're doing it in a way that we do the new spread on the new moon, and 1 week later we use a different deck, do the same spread, 1 week later different deck, same spread. So I'm on 2 spreads so far, and I'm going to do the third one a few days from now. So, and then we discuss what we learned and start with a new spread. So if you want to join in on that, then you can do so and work with those spreads as well, which I think are just a method itself, going back and thinking about and working with something, especially related to a topic that can have a lot of shadowy side for a lot of people, myself included. It's very, very good. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you there as well. But if if you're not interested, you're just watching tarot, even though I would like actually if more people would start using tarot, because I think it's a very good tool to get to know ourselves. But yeah, you can always reach out for, you know, a free reading if you want to get help with anything as well. I'm happy to help. And yeah, thank you so much and have a great week. Bye.